All right, welcome back to the Fish Blue Water channel, guys. Day one, Miami International Boat Show 2024. And I was thinking to myself, what would be a cool video to showcase to you guys? And this booth, this boat resonates with me. I got Wade here from Bass Pro Shops Boating Centers.
How you doing?
Thanks for your time, buddy.
My
Doing
pleasure.
great. You are based out of
Fort Myers.
Fort Myers,
Florida.
Fort Myers, Florida. Obviously, they've got locations nationwide for all your boating pleasure, whether it's boats, tackle, gear, etc. So the reason why I want to do this video, Wade, you may not know this, but Mako boats, Mako was my first ever boat.
Nice.
Both my parents were educators, didn't have a lot of money. My next door neighbor, we called him Uncle Dick Dont. He was kind of like, he wasn't my uncle, but he was like family to me. And him and my dad went in on partners when I was in middle school on a 1972 19-foot Mako. First boat ever, and phenomenal memories. That's where I cut my teeth on fishing. That's where I put my first fishing team together, fished our first tournaments together. Actually had some really good success in that little boat.
It was a heck of a boat to cut your teeth on, that's for sure.
Yeah, buddy. It was started out as real action. And then a few years into owning it, we went through a complete, basically refit on it, new power, all new accessories, and repainted the boat and changed the name to Color Change. See what I did there? So this is the inshore model, it's 18-foot boat.
Yep, this is the 18 LTS, great inshore boat, V-hull with our RPS hull. Really solid performance, and really, I mean, I sell a lot of these, and I've had zero complaints on them.
Fantastic.
Everybody that gets them on the water, they really love them.
Awesome. So can we hop inside and just talk a little bit about the boat and show some features for these guys?
Sure, yeah, I guess we'll start here at the stern.
Let's do it.
Back here at the business end of the boat, every Mako 18 LTS either has the 115 four-stroke Mercury or the Mercury 115 ProXS.
Okay.
A little bit more, performance and torque out of the ProXS, really ring out, everything they'll both will do. They also all come standard with Lenco hydraulic tabs, as well as a Bob's hydraulic jack plate, 4-inch jack plate. So
okay.
you can get really skinny, about 10 inches, 10, 11 inches on these. And,
wow. I'm familiar with the 115. I actually have, currently have an old model, little 17-foot whaler. In fact, there's
sure.
Shameless plug for our channel. There's a number of whaler videos down below. Feel free to jump on and check them out. And these small boat videos are always really popular, which I think this one will hopefully do well also. Yeah. But the 115 pushes my whaler along exceptionally fast.
Yeah.
What kind of speed could a customer expect in the?
We don't have a true speed spec, but customers are reporting with the ProXS upper 40s.
Nice.
So.
And I'm assuming probably cruising somewhere in the mid-30 range.
Mid-30s, well, 33, 35, and they really get up on plane quick. That RPS hull has got that tunnel underneath the rear section, keeps that fresh, clean water to the lower unit. I mean, they get up and they get going on a dime. It's awesome. Really good performance.
Well, let's hop inside the boat and take a look.
All right. All right, so the 18 LTS got an ample rear casting deck with storage under 2 lockers.
Okay.
Your jack plate hydraulic motor is going to be inside of this side, but it is situated as such where you still have a ton of room back here.
Okay.
For storage and gear.
Now, is it can one of these, can like this hatch, if somebody wanted to, can they plumb it for like bait or anything like that? Or is it typically?
I have not seen anybody do it. It's typically to be used as storage.
Storage, okay.
But so, I would have to assume that it is something that could probably be done.
Or an above deck well, maybe,
yeah,
if they wanted to.
Right.
Do you ever have anybody, just out of curiosity, because of being a skinny water boat, do they ever put like polling platforms or anything on?
We do have an optional polling platform available from the factory, so it can be ordered or it can be retrofit. Let's say you've got an 18 LTS already and you want to add it, I can add an OEM polling platform to it.
Okay. Looks like we've got a multifunctional seat right here.
Yep. We got our cooler seat with the flip-flop back. Very comfortable seat, but like you said, it's functional. You're getting the igloo cooler with the padded seat.
Right. So this obviously, if you remove the strap, this can go forward, and so if somebody's whether they're, you know, just kind of enjoying a day on the water or fishing off the back of the boat, they can use that for kind of reverse seating.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so command center here, what do we got?
Ample size, all waterproof rocker switches, your standard analog gauges, your helm controls, battery cutoff switch, hydraulic steering is standard.
This gives them access, obviously, to
Access to trolling motor and house battery, so everything is wired underneath there.
looks like even if they needed to, a little bit of extra storage, or if you wanted to throw your mount your fire extinguisher in there.
Absolutely.
Throwable life jacket or anything like that.
And the thing I love about this console is most 9-inch Navi fish finders are going to be able to flush mount in here very, very nicely.
Perfect.
Whether it's a Simrad, you know, Go 9, NSX 9, or it's HDS 9.
I like the beveled edge here too, where like I'm even holding my cell phone. Like, obviously that lip will at least help a little bit.
Absolutely.
In terms if you're running around and you know, to at least try and kind of serve as a stopping point for your phone or anything else that you might want to throw up on there, just for some quick, easy access storage.
Absolutely.
So we got some rod holders. Looks like 3 on each side.
3 on each side, stainless rod holders.
Well, Wade, you didn't tell me that there's a bait well already up front here under the seat.
Oh, I got to have some kind of surprises here for you.
Nice.
So yeah, we have an 18-gallon live well here.
Okay.
It does have the optional Pro Air recirculator, so it's going to keep your catch or your.
Yeah, this would be perfect for anything I could see, like from, you know, live shrimp, some small scaled baits, like you know, your pilchards, or if
Pennies,
obviously
perch.
grabbing some pinfish or anything like that. Perfect. And then I guess obviously if somebody, you know, really wasn't that concerned about, you know, live bait on the boat, this probably could be easily converted to just cooler space or anything
Absolutely.
like that. So perfect. Speaking of cooler space, I see we've got 2 very well thought out and well placed cup holders.
Yep.
Right there
Stainless
behind
cup holders right there.
the seating on the boat. I'm gonna slide behind you, have you come around so you can show me some of the other features here.
So here
as we
we've
move
got
up front.
standard storage locker. It's going to have access to your sending unit, your fuel lines.
That's
Sending unit
that's
here.
spacious.
Very, very
I mean,
spacious.
I could
very
see
spacious.
obviously plenty of room for anything they're going to want to carry if it's just for a day of boating. Obviously,
PFDs,
life jackets,
right.
any of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And then we do have a dedicated small anchor locker up here on the bow.
Perfect.
Still ample size.
And is that your rigging tubes that are running up through?
Those are actually, I was going to get to that.
Okay.
Those are actually rod tubes. So there's
nice.
dual rod tubes under each side of the foredeck.
I see that now.
And there's the
I see that. Okay.
rubber holders for your reel ends.
Yeah, so I mean, right off the bat, you know, just with your console rod holders and you're under the deck, you've got room to carry 8 rods on the boat, and I can already see some other places where I could get creative if I wanted to.
Absolutely.
But I think for the average person and or the avid fisherman, certainly more than enough room to carry their tackle and their rods and all that stuff.
Really, it's in my opinion, it's a pretty darn well thought out boat. You know, everything that you could ask for is pretty much here.
What's the fuel capacity in the boat?
30 gallons.
30 gallons. So 30 gallons, I have a pretty decent range on my little whaler with, I think it's a 12-gallon tank under the leaning post. So I got to believe with 30 gallons of fuel that you got a pretty good range. And I can tell you one thing for sure, the fuel budget is a lot more economical on this bad boy than my 39 CV, which holds 550 gallons of fuel.
Yeah. When you go out fishing that, you better be catching a lot of fish.
Wade, you know what's funny is, somehow every time it's time to pull up to the pump, I can't seem to find my buddies, but I can always find them quickly when it's time to go fishing.
Right? It's funny how that works.
So yeah, I think a well thought out boat, and obviously a boat that is certainly, you know, a legacy brand and iconic in our industry. I think it's obviously only fitting that it's associated with the man, Mr. Johnny Morse himself in Bass Pro. I think it's a household brand name with a household brand in Bass Pro Shops, and we're grateful, obviously, to also be partnered with you guys. And as far as anybody that's in the market for this Mako, any of the other boats that you sell, what's the best way for them to get information on the boats?
Well, really, they can contact any of the Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's that have the marine centers. They can go online, they request information online. But it's always, you know, in my opinion, it's always best. Reach out to your local Bass Pro or Cabela's. You're going to get more personal attention. You know, ultimately, it's going to come to me anyways.
Perfect.
So I can handle everything, any questions you want, any literature you want, any pricing information you want. I can handle it over the phone, email, text message.
On a boat like this, are these like readily available at the local dealerships, you know, on the lot, or do they have to be ordered, or how does that work?
A lot of them have got to be ordered, and they're going to be going through some redesign changes here later in 2024, some upgrades and whatnot.
Okay.
Some exciting stuff is going to be coming up. But we do have many on the ground, you know, scattered across, you know, in southeast region here. If I don't have it, but I have it in another store or vice versa, we can arrange to have that boat transported to where you're at. So we try to make it as convenient as we can and offer the best selection that we possibly can.
Perfect. I would expect nothing less. So hopefully you guys have found this video informative, and if you are in the market for an inshore boat, you got to give this guy a hard look. And if you're in the Fort Myers area, give this guy a call.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you for the next Fish Blue Water adventure.